They say your life changes the moment your mindset changes. But most people never believe that, until life gives them no other choice. This is the story of a beggar, who once lived under a broken bridge, thinking the world had forgotten him. Every morning, he would sit beside the road, holding an old tin can, asking for coins. He blamed the world for his pain. The government, the rich, his family, even God. To him, life was unfair. He believed he was born unlucky, and that nothing could ever change. One day, a wise old man passed by. He saw the beggar sitting in the dust and stopped. He looked at him for a moment and asked gently, "What are you doing here, my friend?" The beggar replied, "Can't you see? I'm begging. I have nothing. The world has given me nothing." The old man smiled and said, "Then why don't you stand up and look around?" The beggar got angry. "Look around? What will that change? I've looked enough. There's nothing for me out there." The old man placed his hand on the beggar's shoulder and said softly, "Your problem isn't the world, my friend. Your problem is that you have never looked inside yourself." And then he walked away. The beggar sat silently. For the first time, his anger turned into confusion. "What does he mean, inside myself?" he whispered. That night, he couldn't sleep. For the first time, he didn't think about food or coins, he thought about his life. He remembered that, years ago, he used to dream big. He once wanted to be a painter, a man of art, but fear, failure, and rejection had buried his dreams. The next morning, when the sun rose, he stood up. He didn't know what to do, but he decided to change one thing, his thinking. Instead of saying, "I have nothing," he said, "I still have my hands, my mind, and my heart." He picked up his tin can, but this time, not to beg. He used it to collect discarded bottle caps and small metal pieces from the street. He cleaned them, painted them, and created small colorful artworks. At first, people laughed. But soon, his tiny creations started catching attention. Tourists stopped to take pictures. A shop owner asked him to make more. Within months, the beggar who once asked for coins was earning money from his art. 1 year later, that same man opened a small store with a signboard that read, "Change your mindset, life will change." And whenever someone asked him how he did it, he simply smiled and said, "I was never poor, only my thoughts were." Remember this. You can't change your life by changing your job, your city, or your friends. You can only change it by changing your mindset. Because when your thoughts rise, your life follows. So stop saying, "I can't." Start saying, "Maybe I can." And one day, that maybe will become your miracle. You're not stuck, your mind is.